the event, Evertse and Harding hold a creditable second place. While Coetzee and Harrington lead Class B, Jurgen Snell and Gillian Tarleton are right on the pace. Ben and Isabel van der Westhuizen move into the Class C lead. A cold early morning start sees Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel enter the first stage of the day, a short stage in Allowell North. The Nissan team, obviously very aware of the competition breathing down their necks, waste no time in getting down to business. Hannes is caught by a tricky corner in the stage, and the back end of the Sentra is thrown into the air. Second place Johan Evertse and Steve Harding take to the starting blocks in the VW Golf Synchro. Johan gets caught trying too hard on the same corner and in the process loses valuable time on the score sheet. The team finished the stage a good 12 seconds off Nick de Vaal's winning time. With the dust hanging heavily in the air, we found Hannes Grobler still at the service van, a broken drive shaft having to be replaced.
Wat is er weer? Wat is er shaft te breken? Maar is recht
Evertse and Harding move up a position on the road as the cars get their first chance to stretch their legs on stage 8. Having posted the fastest time on stage 7, Nick de Vaal and Guy Hodgson hold nothing back as they smell the blood of the crews ahead of them. Having lost valuable seconds on the last stage, Hannes and Piet are visibly slower on stage 8. Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff have played the waiting game, never letting the leaders out of their sight. As the stages open up, the Cosworth-powered Ford with its higher ratio gearbox becomes the car to beat. They win the stage by 10 seconds. Still very much in the rally are Glenn Gibbons and Richard Leake, now Toyota's only hope in the 1991 Stanek Mountain Trial. Despite having been brought in at the last moment, Richard is a navigator with immense experience in both rallying and off-road racing. Glenn is visibly quicker and more at home on the fast road conditions. The team are in a good position to attack. The fight in Class B continues unabated. Driving into the sun, Cassie Coetzee falls victim to an off-camber corner and gives away some of his hard-earned lead. Jurgen Snell and Gillian Tarleton on their way to a best Class B time of 16 minutes and 6 seconds. Ralph Chadwick and Mike Constable, their gearbox having been replaced, re-enter the Class B battle. At the end of stage 8, the de Vaal-Hodgson Sentra stands bonnet up. The crew are forced to withdraw from the event after oil lost from the motor damages the crankshaft's big end bearings. On stage 9, which passes through Flowkraal, Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff take the lead. As expected, Sarel and his Ford become the team to beat. Although they appear to be going at full speed, Johan Evertse and Steve Harding have in fact lost 6th gear. Without it, the Golf stands absolutely no chance on the speed sections. A new gearbox is called for, a task the service crew achieve in just 29 minutes. Ralph Chadwick and Mike Constable approaching the end of stage 9, their 16-valve Golf sounding good and going well. They are now back to second place in Class B behind Cassie Coetzee and Wiley Harrington. Towards the end of stage 9, the sheer speed of the rally starts to take its toll. Jurgen Snell falls victim to a right-hand bend and embankment, which puts pay to the Volkswagen dealer team's entry. Leon Buerter and Franz Jordan end their hopes in a similar way on the same stage, their Golf bent and almost undrivable. Terry Brand and Mike Gillum have taken over the lead in Class D from Chart van der Walt and Jacob van der Linde. Also moving into the picture in Class D are Tony Ball and Tony Babb, Glenn Derman and Charles Rieler. Stage 10 becomes the turning point of the rally for many of the front-running crews. Below us, Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel busy on the stage that drops them 2 places from 2nd to 4th. Glenn Gibbons and Richard Leake clock in 13 seconds faster than Sarel and in the process knock 37 seconds off Hannes and Piet. Their effort instantly promotes them into 2nd place. Eberitzer and Harding, their gearbox now changed, but still not 100% right. Johan also has braking problems, but manages to hold on to 3rd place overall. Cassie and Wiley lead Class B in the VW Dealer Team Golf. Their only threat is that of teammates Chadwick and Constable, who have closed the gap down to 19 seconds. Ben and Isabel van der Westhuizen shoot to the front of Class C, as Buerter and Jordan limp to their service crew in their bent Golf. Eric Sanders is still chasing the time lost on the previous day, but can never be discounted. Arlo and Neil, in their Uno, have started to find form, and in the process close up on the 2 Dealer Team Golfs. We join Cassie Coetzee and Wiley Harrington in stage 11, a very tricky 23-kilometer section of road through the Heuningneskloof Valley. Unforgiving concrete causeways and 2 frightening passes complete the picture.
Coming up. 100 meters. Into left. That's it, boys. Go for it. 300 meters. Thrust. Caution. 200 meters. Thrust.
As Cassie heads for the service and regroup at Barclay East, Chadwick and Constable retire with damaged suspension. At the Barclay East regroup, the Ford has its gearbox dropped to install a new thrust bearing.
Where's the old bearing? Yeah.
2nd place Glenn Gibbons checks the Conquest wheel alignment. The prospects of Gilbert's pass no doubt on his mind. Hannes Grobler has fought back. Johan Everts's problems helping along the way. Despite their move up to 3rd spot, the Nissan is still 40 seconds behind Gibbons and are almost 2 minutes behind Sarel. Things in the Volkswagen camp become hectic as the service crew address the problems on the Golf. While the gearbox is once again removed, the brakes become a priority with the Joubert Pass stage looming. After the Barclay East break, the rally swings back towards Alloway North. The cars remain in their original order, so Hannes and Piet lead the pack through the long and fast stage 12. 3 stages remain, and the worst Hannes can do is to lose their hard-earned 3rd position. Sarel and France still lead, driving to keep their 1st place safe from the charging Gibbons. One mistake could end the event Sarel so badly needs to win for the Ford team. Still pouring on the pressure, Gibbons is, however, unable to match Sarel's efforts on the stage. The Toyota short by 14 seconds on the Ford's winning time. At 44 kilometers, stage 13 is the longest stage of the rally and ends with the notorious Joubert Pass. Having already passed through the farmlands below, we join Glenn and Richard as they climb upwards to the Joubert Pass cutting. As the cars start the downhill slope, the speed Glenn achieves is quite frightening, considering the drop-off to his right. The stage ends at the quaint and historical town of Lady Grey. From there, the rally moves on a long open section to Alloway North and the final stage along the banks of the Orange River. We join Sarel in France, leaders since the second stage on the second day. Save a disastrous blow of misfortune, the Ford has a full minute between itself and the second-place Toyota behind. Ahead of the Ford on the road, Hannes and Piet blast through the trees along the Orange River bank. As the car slows after passing the flying finish, a weary-looking Hannes Roebler appears only too pleased to have made it to the end. The crew have done well to finish this demanding event. The growing list of retirements proof of the fact. To prove his point, Hannes scores the fastest time on the stage of 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Into the riverbank section where the drivers enter the most tricky part of the stage. The fans love a winner, and Sarel in France fit the mold well. By winning this event, their second in a row, Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff moved to the top of the National Rally log. The Class A results stand firm without change from the regroup. Paolo Piazzamusso and Neil Watt take Class B honours after Cassie and Wiley rolled their golf in stage 13. Eric Sanders and Thilo van Westenhagen fought back to replace teammates Ben and Isabel at the top of the Class C results. Privateers Terry Brand and Mike Gillam took Class D honours, ahead of Tony Ball and Tony Babb. Skalk and Sue Berger finished as the highest placed privateers in 8th position overall. This program